Sometimes we have to make adjustments to a pattern to get it to fit our bodies. This is completely normal. Everybody's body is very uniquely shaped, so there's never going to be a one size, one pattern fits all type of situation. And that's okay. We just need to learn how to make those adjustments, and then we can make the pattern work for us. One of the most common adjustments needed is to blend sizes. It's very, very common to be a couple of different sizes when you're taking your measurements. So if your upper bust is larger than your waist or your hips, or smaller than your waist and your hips, don't worry about it. It's okay. If your waist and your hips are two different sizes, that's fine too. We're all unique. We just need to make some changes and adjustments to get the pattern to work for us. So for blending sizes, if you need to go out for your waist and your hips, so let's say that your upper bust measures, in this case it's a medium, and then your waist and hips measure a large, what you're going to want to do is take your size medium line right here and use a ruler and draw a long smooth line connecting the size medium out to the size large. This triangle marking right here, this notates where our waist is. So in this case, I've blended out from a size medium to a size large. You can blend, I would say, no more than 2 or 3 sizes. You don't want to blend too many because then you risk distorting the pattern. But even if you're more than 2 or 3 sizes difference, we can make it work. You just need, just email me if you have any questions, and I'd be more than happy to walk through any personal adjustments with you. This pink line here, this is how to blend down a size. So in this case, we've gone from a size medium and blended down to a size small for the waist and the hips. And what you would do is you would cut right here on the medium, and then you would cut in and then continue cutting on this size small line. If you're blending out, you would cut on the medium and then follow the line that you drew out to the size large, and then just keep going. Now this front, this is our crossover. This is a little bit easier to blend in my opinion because they all start at about the same point up here at the shoulder seam. So about right in this area, this is about mid bust, and I'm just guessing. It does not have to be super accurate for this. Just take your line, and so again, size green, I just took my ruler and placed it so that it started up here on the size medium, and then down here it's on the size large. And then just draw your line. You want a long, smooth line when you make these size transitions. And then to go from a medium to a small, you just do the opposite. The top of your ruler is going to be at the size medium, and then down here you're on the size small. And again, a long, smooth line to make that transition. Just like that. Now, if you find that you need to shorten a pattern, I would suggest blend your sizes first. That's the first thing that you want to do. And then take your pattern piece, hold it up to your body, and see where this waist marking lies. If this waist does not match your waist, what you need to do is draw a line. It's going to be perpendicular to your grain line. So this arrow right here, this is your grain line. So take your ruler, and at these triangle markings, you're just going to draw a line all the way across your pattern piece. And again, perpendicular, lovely 3rd, 4th, 5th grade math coming into use here. Perpendicular to your grain line. So a perpendicular line is 2 lines that create a 90-degree angle. So that's what we've done here. So now we've created our lengthen, shorten line. Now let's say that your waist is up here. You need to shorten your pattern by 1 inch. What you're going to do is you're going to cut your pattern piece in half into 2 pieces right on this line that you created. So just cut it. I'm going to add a piece of tape right here because we're going to cut those pieces. So there, I've cut my pattern into 2 pieces, just like that. And now we're going to overlap the pattern pieces. Pay very close attention to your grain line. You want to keep that lined up and make sure that it stays straight. Just overlap like that, tape into place. And now we have kind of this jig-jag going over here where our fold over is. We're just going to take our ruler and let's use the size small for the example here. And up here, this is just like blending sizes. We're just blending that zigzag jig right there out. Top of the ruler is lined up with the size small up there. And then the bottom of the ruler is lined up with the size small down here. We're just going to take this and draw in a nice smooth line. Oh, I should have used a different color. Let's get a different color here. Let's get a nice blue. So we're going to take the ruler, size small up here at the top, size small down here at the bottom, a nice long line. And right there, we blend those sizes, or that line. We're not blending sizes in this case. Right like that. So we've connected that line and made a nice smooth line. And over here on the side, we have a little indent right here. That's our waist marking. We had that before, and it's okay. We can keep that right now, so we don't need to smooth anything over there. And again, make sure your grain line stays perpendicular. You may want to place your ruler right along it. And yep, we're nice and straight. If you need to add length, you're just doing the opposite. So let's say you need to add an inch. So you're just going to spread your pattern pieces out. I like to do this on my cutting board actually, because I already have the grid there and I can keep everything nice and straight. So I've separated them an inch. So after you have your pattern lengthened, just slide some paper behind it. And then tape it in place. Again, you want to pay very close attention to keeping your grain lines all lined up. And this is why I like to do this on my cutting board, because then I have my grids and it shows me that everything is lined up and proper and all is good in my lengthening. So after you have that in place and you've taped your paper behind it, just take your ruler. And again, we're just going to connect our lines. So we have the small up here at the top and then small down here at the bottom. And using a nice long line, we're going to connect the two. And then that would be our new front line. And then here on the side, we would just draw in our side seam right there. And that would be how we would lengthen our